Something pretty special to show you today, and this is our 2018 on an 18 plate Volkswagen Transporter. This is the T6 Sportline. The exact model is the T32, so it's got a 3.2 ton gross vehicle weight. This is the short wheelbase Kombi 6-speed manual. It's got the 204 brake horsepower 2-litre TDI diesel engine. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a T6 factory Sportline of this age. There is a number of optional extras on this particular van, which just makes this one particularly unique and just lovely to be able to offer you here today. We'll also have a look at the service history as well and the condition in detail, seeing as it is currently available for sale at the time of recording. Another lovely feature with this particular vehicle is there is no VAT to pay, so quite a rare opportunity there. Starting then at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this particular Sportline is spec'd with a glazed tailgate. Most of these Sportline Kombis that you see will come in this configuration. So one tailgate is one door which opens up like so. You can get them with barn doors, but I'd say probably the more popular option is this, the glazed tailgate. You can see here on the right hand side the full badging and the model denotion there. So T32, as I mentioned, 3.2 ton gross vehicle weight. You see the brake horsepower there, 204, and you can always tell, even if it didn't have any of this, the fact that it's got the 3 red letters, you can tell that is the highest brake horsepower model, and of course Sportline, which is the spec. Looking at the rear bumper then, you can see that we've got rear parking sensors nicely integrated into that rear bumper, and then we can start to have a look at some of the things which are not standard about this vehicle. So we've got this very nice detachable tow bar just there. Of course this can be removed if you want to, hence detachable. But yeah, nice Westphalia tow bar there, and you can also see that this one is spec'd with a reversing camera as well, which isn't standard. But what really strikes me about this particular van, and everyone that has seen it so far during its preparation process, is just how clean this example is. It is just in exceptional order throughout, and hopefully you can see this with the quality of the paintwork here. Just a fantastic gloss on the black paintwork. Looks very, very nice indeed. The Sportline then does come with a full styling pack, and that does include the rear spoiler just there. If we open up the rear tailgate, we can then start to have a look inside the back. Lovely thing with the tailgate, of course, it does give you some shelter from the weather. And then looking in the back here, there's a few things to note here. So first to note is that this has been fully insulated and carpet lined in the back. Of course, that is not from factory, that has been done afterwards, but clearly done to a very, very high standard. Looks to be a very nice job indeed. Looking at the floor then, you do get the factory soft touch floor, which just makes climbing into the back of here that much nicer on your knees if you're going to be crawling into the back of there to grab something from the very back. Anyone who knows their VWs will know that these two boxes here on the sides, that tells us that this vehicle has got twin electric side loading doors. So again, a really nice optional extra for one of these vans. You can also see that along with the carpet lining, previous owner has had some curtains fitted on the rear windows and the side windows as well for a bit of extra privacy. But in terms of condition here in the back, absolutely faultless, looking really, really nice indeed. Shut the tailgate then. And if there's any sort of defects that I can point out, I will gladly show them to you. I've had a really good look around this vehicle. One of the only things that I could find is a very small sort of little mark there just next to the parking sensor. Not very noticeable, you can just see it there in the camera. I say very small. That is one of the only things that I have managed to point out. Looking down at the passenger side here, and this is just again where you'll see how clean and tidy it is. Looking at the reflections there in the side of this, a really nice sort of mirror finish. One thing which again has been added here, we've got a Van Moose awning rail on the side, so you can get a nice driveway awning or something if you wanted that on the side. We've got roof bars, we've got the factory Sportline sidebars as well, which just are, of course, being factory, a fantastic quality, and they actually have little lights underneath as well, so you won't be able to see it, of course, in this light, but they have got little courtesy lights. So in the dark, you open up one of the doors and these lights will come on underneath there. Looks very, very nice indeed. The Sportline is factory lowered, so it is just ever so slightly lower than a normal Highline Transporter, and they do come with these very nice 18-inch, in this case gloss black alloy wheels. So these particular wheels started their life with a sort of a polished lip around the edge, but the previous owner told me that that wasn't to his taste. He wanted them all gloss black, so we had them completely powder coated again in the full gloss black, which I gotta say I do think looks very, very nice indeed. This one has got full mud flaps fitted as well, again a nice feature, not standard. And then we can start to have a look here at the rear of the vehicle. So with the electric side loading doors, there's a number of ways that you can open these. One is of course on the handle, just by pulling the handle like so, and ever so nicely there the door will open itself for you. You can also do it on the key, and you can do it on the dashboard as well. And this is where we can start to have a look then at the interior of the van. So this has got, again, all factory Sportline leather. You can see the lovely Sportline embossed there in the back of the seats, and this very nice crested leather as well. Lovely condition again inside, clearly had very little use in its previous life. And again, same goes for the back of the two front seats as well. And this, of course, as I say, is a proper Transporter Kombi, so you've got all the versatility of these rear seats. First thing to note, we've got the little handle just there. Give that a pull and you can flip the seat forward like so. This is how you actually remove the seat. So once it's in this position here, give this bar a pull and then you can actually remove that seat completely. It is as easy as that. Can't do it with one hand though, unfortunately. The other versatility that you've got here in the middle seat, you've got this little pull tag there. If we give that a pull, that allows you then to fold those seats completely flat like so, and you can do exactly the same with the single seat as well, so you can fold all of them completely flat. You have got ISOFIX compatibility there in the rear as well. But as I say, just fantastic versatility. You can just take the one seat out or the two as well, which is the bonus of having the two plus the one. So very, very nice indeed. You can also see we've got plenty of tie down points in the back of the van as well to tie any cargo down. If we open up the passenger door, then we can start to have a look in the cabin. Just more optional extras to talk about in here. Lovely condition of the passenger door card, the step as you entrance from the passenger side, and then we can have a look at another optional extra, and that is cab carpet. So as standard, these vehicles will come with this floor continued right the way through to the front of the vehicle, but a nice optional extra, gives it much more a car-like feel, is the cab carpet, and again all in fantastic order. Another optional extra to talk about then is this, and this is called Comfort Dashboard. One of my probably personal favourite optional extras that you could put on one of these. Again, I just think it's such an upgrade from the standard dashboard. Again, just gives it much more of a premium feel. Really nice finish to it, of course, as you'd expect being factory VW. You can see you've got this lovely, so it's almost like Indium grey really, a VW colour, but a lovely gloss finish. Inside then, it's all flocked inside as well, just very nice, and including this glove box down there. On a normal Transporter, you'd have a USB and an AUX port here on the dashboard. That is then relocated inside the dashboard in there, and I've got that occupied because this has also got App Connect, which gives you Apple CarPlay as well. I'll talk you a bit more about the spec on that side when we get round to that side of the vehicle. I also want to show you the service history. We have got lovely VW service history with this van from its previous life. As you can see here, this is it's all local as well actually, which is quite nice. So it had its pre-delivery inspection here at 10 miles, and that was in 2018, in July 2018. We've then got its first proper service at 14,000 miles, and that was in May 19, and then the most recent service then in April 21 at 33,000 miles, and also since then this was at 44,900 miles. It did have a brake fluid change and a fuel filter change as well. This vehicle has been right through our workshop as well before being offered here to you today. That included a brand new MOT, and also we have done the timing belt and water pump kit on the vehicle as well. Looking at the seats here, in the front then, again, fantastic condition here in the front with these seats, no excessive wear or anything like that. One very unusual thing with this though, one thing that I have noticed, is that the passenger seat has been spec'd without armrests. I'm not entirely sure why that would be. I haven't seen that before. Usually you'd see them like this with these armrests on both seats, but this one for some particular reason has been spec'd without the armrests. Not entirely sure why that is. A bit of a quirky feature of this particular van. As I say, we'll talk a bit more about the full spec when we get round to the driver's side. When we go to close the door then, as I say, a number of ways you can do it, but you can just pull on the handle like that and the door will just nicely close and soft close there as well. This vehicle has had these wing mirror protective covers added. They're a sort of carbon fibre look. I guess you could remove those if you wanted to. We've left them on. We think, of course, it gives good protection, and they do look quite nice as well. In terms of condition of the alloys, they're all in very good order. There is one of the alloys that I have seen. I don't think it's this particular one, but it has had a sort of a bit of a touch-up in the corner of one of the alloys, but that is literally about all you could fault it on. Moving then around to the front, just an absolutely beautiful front end on this van. Sportline, as you can see here, has got the very nice LED headlights with the LED daytime running light around the outside. But again, just fantastic condition here. And of course, the Sportline front splitter, which of course has been copied so many times now, but none will be to this quality. This is factory VW. Front fog lights as well, and again, just look at the condition here of the bonnet. You can see my reflection so clearly in that. Don't be scared by that. And then looking down the driver's side here, again, we can just see in those reflections how clean this particular van is. Again, as I say, just not a huge amount to fault it on, if I'm honest. It is really that nice. Opening up the driver's side loading door then, so again, another optional extra to have twin side loading doors and for them to be electric as well. You can just see again how clean this area is here. I don't want to drag this video on for too long, so we'll move swiftly on. Looking inside the driver's door, again, lovely condition here, lovely condition of the cab carpet on the driver's side as well. And then having a look at the driver's seat here, again, all fantastic condition. Twin adjustable armrests on the driver's seat, and you've got height adjustability as well. On the driver's door we have electric windows, electric heated folding mirrors, so lovely spec there. This one has actually got 3 keys, which is quite unusual to see, and as you can see there, you can operate the doors actually on the key as well. So as you're approaching, you can press a button and the doors will open. The comfort dash actually continues all the way over to here, which I think is very nice. Auto activated lights, and you've got auto activated wipers as well. Looking at the mileage there, 48,003 miles. Leather multifunctioning steering wheel, exactly the same as you'd get on a Highline. Cruise control on the left hand side and your onboard computer controls on the right. Looking into the centre then, as I mentioned, 6-speed manual gearbox to go along with that 204 brake horsepower engine. These vans really do go very, very well. And then looking at the rest of this comfort dash, we've got a 12-volt socket in there, little cubby holder. Underneath then, little pull-out double cup holder there, and a bit of storage underneath there for a larger bottle as well. You can, as I mentioned, also control the doors on the dashboard, so you press the button and the door will open there for your rear passengers. You can turn this off, so if you were to have kids in the back here and you don't want them sort of opening and closing the doors thinking it's a game, you can press that middle button there and you can turn the system off. Heated front seats, again, another optional extra on this particular van. It's such a spec on this van, it really is incredible. Air conditioning comes as standard, heated windscreen, and then, as I say, let's have a look at this screen here in the middle. If I jump inside, as I say, you've got App Connect, so you've got Apple CarPlay, which is just a lovely feature to have, of course. You have as well got the factory sat nav, so you've got the Discover Media nav system. If we go on to radio, of course, you've got DAB radio on here, and as I say, if you put the vehicle into reverse, you have got your reversing camera there as well. So just a brilliant spec. Comfort dash comes with an extra cubby hole on top here, which is all flocked inside as well. So just to summarize, this is a 2018 on an 18 plate Volkswagen Transporter. It's the T32 Sportline 204 manual Kombi, short wheelbase in the fantastic deep black pearl. Lovely VW service history, been right through our workshop as well for the timer belt and water pump change, which of course is due on these every 4 years, so it's just coming up to being due now, and a brand new MOT with no advisories. Absolutely fantastic condition and a fantastic optional spec on this van as well, as I'm sure you'll agree. No VAT to pay makes this a very attractive and rare proposition indeed, especially in this condition. It really is very, very nice. If you'd like to inquire or see the full advert of this vehicle, including the photography and the price, please head over to our website, bridgenvans.co.uk, which you can see there in the middle of the sign. We will of course welcome inquiries on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign as well. These vans don't tend to hang around, so by all means register your interest quickly if you are interested. We can arrange part exchange for cars or vans. We can arrange finance at very competitive rates on this van for private individuals or limited companies alike, and we can deliver our vehicles nationwide. Thank you very much for taking 16 minutes out of your day to watch this video.